Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, evening. Welcome to Reality Hour. I am Eric, and joining me today are to commiserate about the loss of um, a good season 21 of American Idol are Adam and Grace. We can tell how Adam is by looking at him. How are you, Grace?
I'm okay. I've had things happen in my life recently that are far worse than this show, but we won't get into that. Um, although, why did it take? I like they know I crammed to get this episode in. That's why we're so late. So blame the blonde, or blame the woman. I'm not sure which, but like, how did it really take this show 5 hours to go from 24 to 20 to 12? Couldn't we have
26
done
to
that in
20
like
to
two?
12, Grace.
What?
26 to 20 to 12.
Oh,
But that justifies the extra hour. So
who has 5 hours a week to dedicate to one TV show?
nobody.
Seriously, ain't nobody got time for that.
Anyway,
Can I pick the episode
Adam.
title?
No, we've
That's
already come up
funny.
with the episode title, and we're saving it. Um, Adam, how are you?
I'm pissed, Eric. I'm pissed. What happened? Everything was going fine. We were on track. I watched the 3 hour episode. I sat through the whole thing. I thought it was
Bless
good.
you.
I thought it was like, okay, we got a good season. We just got to get through this hump, and we could once we get the right contestants and on Monday it'd be fine. And I was saying this whole season on Reality Hour that I have been dreading these long cuts. At this point, I'm like Kermit the Frog with the Darth Vader hood, or not Darth Vader, someone else evil from Star Wars. Where I'm like, yeah, just send them all home. That's my thought, Eric.
Okay, I've been living through Aladdin the musical this past 2 weeks. For those of you who don't know, my other job, I'm an usher at a theater, and they have Aladdin this week. And there's a line where Iago says, "If at first you don't succeed, kill everyone." That's kind of what Adam is reminding me of right now.
I mean, honestly,
parrot from Aladdin.
I will say, I had Kyra gave me the slightest bit of interest in this season, and now that she's gone, it's going to be a little tougher for me to recap these, but that just means you can't beat a dead horse, and there's going to be a lot more puns. That's really all I can say.
Okay. Anywho, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one way the season can go that won't suck, and that's if Way wins. And that was also a pun. It was a less good pun than the horse puns, but it was a pun. So Way has to win this season. She's not gonna, by the way. It's gonna be either Weka Kotaro or it's gonna be Iam. But yeah. Anyway, Kyra was amazing this week. Both performances were great. She got cut. It sucked. It sucks. Hopefully, she'll pull Lauren Spencer Smith and become the most successful person from the season, regardless. I think that's possible for her. So, yeah. Let's go in for a deep dive, shall we? I think we've touched on. We don't need to talk about anyone else who was eliminated because all the other eliminations were either expected or, So,
can we talk about Kyra a little bit though?
We already did.
Because I think indisputably she had both best performances of the week.
I would agree with that. I mean, every single performance she's given all season, she killed. I mean, absolutely killed every single thing she did all season.
So here's the question, the $1 million question: where did she go wrong?
Ooh! I know.
I swear, if there's another horse joke.
No, the producers decided to pick people who make for better television than people who can sing, and that is why Nutsa was chosen over her.
Different reason.
That's not. I mean, Grace, but what you just said is assuming that she was never going to make top 10, and the point is that she shouldn't have needed a wild card. She should have sailed right through because she is the best contestant on the show.
I have another theory too, and you guys are going to hate me for this, but
I have a theory also.
well, I'm talking first, so
True.
let me do my job. But I feel like she was kind of just singing a lot of different stuff and was never consistently in one spot, and that never helps.
Can I tell you my theory?
Sure.
I think it's because her entire intro package on Sunday night was about how she's from a different country. And
I didn't pay attention to those because I had 2 hours to watch 5 hours of American Idol.
But yeah, Adam, what's your theory?
My theory is totally different from both of yours.
Really?
It's that she's just too normal. She doesn't have a sob story. She doesn't have a whole thing. She's just a really good singer. And for some reason, I got nothing.
Yep.
She was robbed. She is Ashley Hess 2.0, which is a very tragic comparison.
I'm going to say Lauren Spencer F 2.0. I mean, it wasn't literally not since Lauren has my absolute favorite contestant of the top 20 gone home before top 12. So, anywho, let's move on. I'm sad. I'm pissed, but Idol goes on because
just get them all out. Just keep it going.
Yeah, because ABC is paying them to air, so they've got to do this because they've got contracts.
Okay, so here's how this episode is going to work. We're going to go through the top 12, and we're going to go through both of their performances together, and we're going to go in night one's order. So first up is Zachariah. I will say, I thought his performance of I Want to Know What Love Is was exactly what he needed to do to actually make it through to next week. Pick a song and deliver it without the antics and stuff. Night 2, obviously, I didn't find nearly as good. But, I mean, he doesn't have a bad voice, but he's just not the type of contestant that I think can actually win this show. So
I agree with you, Eric. Like, he needed to show something to prove that he's actually serious. The tornado footage did kind of feel like a votes grab, but when does it not? The Toto song was ridiculous, but that's not his fault.
I think he makes top 5. Unironically. Completely unironically.
Okay. We will see on that. So I am going to jump in here and note that I thought I created graphics for all of the top 12, and I missed one, and then the one I missed is our next contestant. So let's talk about Warren Peay and pretend that I'm creating a graphic for him. Next week, if he's still here, which he probably will be, since he's a country singer, I will have a graphic for him.
Mm-hmm.
My thought on Warren. He's good. I'm bored.
Yeah.
He might be one of those contestants who sneaks up on everybody. Just please never sing an Adele song again.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. I think he gets cut 7 to 5. I don't. He's okay.
During his first performance of Up There Down Here, I felt like I was watching The Voice for some reason. Because there have been a lot of contestants like him on that show, and people love them. And people are going to love him here. I'm not sure if he's going to win or not, but
nope.
The Bo Bice comparisons are kind of, although a lot of that has to do with his look, but I don't know. I think he's going to go pretty far, but at some point, he, Oliver, and Colin are going to cancel each other out, and I'm not sure which one of them goes first.
I'll tell you it's not going to be Colin after this week. But anyway, and it's also not going to be Oliver after this week. It's going to be Warren. Warren's going to be the first one to go of them. Okay, let's move on to Iam, shall we?
Can we talk a little bit about Kyra? Do we have a picture?
We already did. I don't have a picture for Kyra.
She was the main character of this season, Eric. She's gone.
Okay.
Who's next?
Let's talk about Iam, who is still not my thing at all, and is still probably going to win. He's still dominating in views on all the platforms. And what I will say is, at least he'd be different from the typical Idol winner, I guess. Grasping at straws here, but
Yeah.
at least he wouldn't be the same as like every other Idol winner. So
Yeah, I thought his winner takes it all performance was actually really boring. He sounded good, but like I wanted to go to sleep. The Lionel Richie song was fun, although kissing up to the judges is pandering, even though he probably knew as well as everybody else he was not going to need to be saved by the judges. I will say though, dominating in views does not guarantee a win. Just ask Carol Baskin.
I said probably going to win. Did not say
I
he's
know.
going to win.
It never guarantees a win though. Just ask Arthur Gunn and Carol Baskin.
Arthur Gunn is the example that I'm actually thinking that's most analogous.
Yeah,
to him.
like also I was reading MJ's while I was watching, and she said that like he kind of has a sameness to his performances.
Which he does.
That is gonna hurt him. Like if he gets comfortable and starts
Well,
coasting,
it's
someone
going to
has
hurt him a lot less now that the season has been so truncated.
Still, it happened to Fritz and it happened to Arthur, so I don't see that it impossible that it happens to Iam too.
I don't think it hurt Fritz. Fritz was just screwed
Well,
because it was season 10.
Fritz was just not the right white guitar. That is what happened. Okay. Any other thoughts on Iam? I mean, we'll have plenty of time to talk about him because there's no way he doesn't at least make top 3.
I think he wins.
I think
And he's on my team, so
I think there's
sure.
a very good chance he wins. Okay. Haven Madison.
This might be a controversial opinion, although it's probably not an opinion. I don't think a 16-year-old girl is ever going to win this show again.
I don't agree with. I think you could take out the word 16-year-old from that sentence potentially.
I don't think a girl's ever gonna. I wouldn't rule it out of the question that a girl wins again, but
it's gonna take a season 12 type situation where they only have terrible guys and they bust all of them. That's what it's gonna take, I think, at this point. But
anyway,
how many people do we know how many people go home next week?
2.
2, and then is it just 2, 2, 2?
I think it's basically single double eliminations for the rest of the season, I think.
Oh boy.
Well, we know one person who's going home next week. We'll talk about her later. The Mean Girls song, it was solid. Redoing the audition song, it's a good song. Kind of reminded me of Delta Goodrum, who I absolutely love. Or possibly a song that I heard on Dance Moms. Confession time. But anyway, I'm not really sure she's like completely polished and ready for the business, which is gonna hurt her in the long run. But I'm happy she's here. What?
I thought the second half of Mean Girls was the best she's been all season.
Mm-hmm.
I think her original song was still good, but still not great, in my opinion. It's not for me, obviously, but yeah, she's okay. She's not the one I would have cut for Kyra. There are several others I would have cut before her to put Kyra in. So.
I don't think she's in trouble next week or the week after that, but then in 3 weeks, she's in trouble. I don't see her making top 5. At best, I think she's fighting for 5th place, but I don't even think she gets that.
Yeah, probably. Okay, let's talk about Grace's first chance of winning this season. It's Oliver Steele, who puts me to sleep, but was charting on iTunes this week.
How many white guy with guitars do we have here? We have Oliver, we have Colin, we have Warren, we have I guess that's it. But like,
I mean, we don't.
They
know.
gotta cancel each other out.
Zachariah might play guitar. We don't know.
God, we didn't even talk about Michael. We lost. He was good too. Oh, such good.
Because he got a haircut.
Oh boy, it's a curse on Idol. Every time a contestant gets a haircut. Oh, God.
Anyway, for Oliver, do I need to bring this bad boy back?
You might eventually. I'm hoping you bring it back to the other contestant, but
You could do that, Grace. I have mine like 10 feet away from me. I could go get it and do polishing. I think I have a better chance with Ian, if I'm being honest.
You're the current winner. This has been
You
close
won
to
4
dust.
times in a row.
I know, but Oh
she
my
doesn't
gosh.
even have a comeback.
my comeback is that
I'm just
I
better
haven't
than you.
won
I
in
don't need a
years.
comeback.
So I haven't won in years, and I hope I don't. So
When was the last time you won?
God,
Just
it's
Sam.
been just Sam.
God.
Although, like, I don't know. I'm not sure if Too Soon was too laid back for this show because there was a song called Home that won this show that was very laid back. And no, you're still the one. I don't know what he did to this song. I mean, to be fair, it's like a boring wedding song, but I did not get the feel of it. He still sounded good on it.
Yeah.
Top 5 potential winner.
Oh,
If Ian doesn't win, this guy is.
Wait, you don't think Colin has a chance?
no.
It's one of those 3. I mean, and Way coming in 4th, which would be the biggest shame because she deserves to win of this crop. And I don't even like Way, but I think she deserves to win of this group.
I like Way. I hope she wins. She won't, but I hope she does. Anyway, let's move on to Lucy Love, shall we?
DOA next week.
Well, she's one of 2 with DOA next week, yes.
She did Believer, which is like...
No, she didn't.
No, she did Radioactive.
Oh, Radioactive.
I mean,
all the
that is
Imagine
very
Dragons
funny
songs
because
kind of
they all
blur
kind of
together.
sound the same, yeah.
Yeah, that's like the song that they forced you to do on AGT and then you get cut. Yeah, poor Lucy. Yeah, she's done. I would be shocked if she made it through next week.
I really liked her original song.
I thought it was her.
I mean, no, go ahead.
Her original was her best so far. Radioactive was interesting, but not in a good way. And there's no way she should have made it over Kyra and Olivia. So
The judges love her. And we all know, of course, that these wild card performances are based on the performances that are put in front of them.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Sarcasm intended.
Sarcasm acknowledged. Marybeth Byrd.
Bobby Bones.
The original song was okay. Obviously not my thing. Her second song was also okay, but honestly, I kind of already forgotten both of her performances. So
I just watched them, so I couldn't. I've never been her biggest supporter. I thought the original song was good and probably a smart move because I think that's what put her over Mariah. Because a lot of people I'm not saying Mariah should have made it, but she probably would have another time. Adam, what are you doing?
I took off my sunglasses.
Okay. Yeah, she did sound good. It wasn't all that memorable though. So I'm kind of with Eric. I don't think she's gonna make it very far, but I've been wrong before.
We've all been wrong before. Anyway, Adam, any thoughts on Marybeth?
She ain't making top 5.
Yep. Okay, let's talk about the ever DOA contestant, shall we? Let's talk about Nutsa.
Shockingly, I don't think she's DOA. I think if she doesn't go home next week, she is DOA the next week. But I think there might be enough gas to get through one more.
Nope.
I think she's got one more week. I think she gets to 10.
You know,
she goes home in 10th.
She was 18th or 19th in the voting, and they put her through anyway.
She's telling you she's not going, Eric. I don't know what more do you want her to say?
I don't know. I mean, we all know that the wild cards on ABC Idol go home immediately after they got saved, and Nutsa,
Gina didn't.
Nutsa, yeah, that was Fox Idol. That was different.
ABC.
Fine, touche, fine.
And so Nutsa isn't good enough to be the exception to that rule. Sorry. Okay, moving on.
I think
think she makes it to 10.
Maybe. But I mean, first of all, when she said she was singing "Unbreak My Heart," I immediately checked out because I cannot stand Toni Braxton and her anti-vax ways. And even if I did, this was straight out of a pageant, and then "And I'm Telling You" was
Again,
as
her
soon as I
song
found out she was
choices
singing
are
this
just
song, I was like, she would.
her song choices are just awful. I mean,
I mean,
always
like,
the most pageanty, overdone songs. So
they put her through because she has gained a bunch of attention for the show, but so did William Hung. So, I mean, I know they say all publicity is good publicity. No, we want talent.
okay. Speaking of talent, the one person on my team that I wouldn't hate to see win, Tyson Venegas.
He's not winning, Eric.
Oh,
I hate to break it to you.
Fully aware of that.
Don't even think he makes top 7. I think he's going to be in trouble
should.
soon.
Possibly. I liked his original song. His voice isn't quite as strong as I like it to be. Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me was his best performance of the season so far.
That's so overdone.
So overdone.
It is, but like,
and not perfect.
No, it is. It's a moment-making song. Like David Archuleta sang this song on his finale. This is probably the song that sealed Joe McElderry's X Factor win.
Yes.
If he didn't wait, was it this one or was it before that?
I think it was "Sorry Seems to Be the Hardest Word." That's what did that.
Whatever. Anyway, he did a really nice job with it. I did like the original, but like a 17-year-old talking about turning the world around. Sorry, can't do that.
Tough critic.
And you said he's not. And you just said he's gone before top 7, so you're not much less tough at him. Anyway,
But
Yeah, for real. For realsies.
Megan Danielle.
she got hella Jesus-y this week.
Well, she's been hella Jesus-y all season. That's what.
Have you ever? Are we underestimating the power of the Jesus card?
No, we're not underestimating the power of Jesus card. We're saying that she's playing it, and then she's already. The thing about the others, I like her voice, and as an agnostic, atheist type person, I have zero interest in what she's gonna sing after the show,
Right.
and so the fact that she's already completely said she's gonna put out music that I'm not gonna have any interest in, kind of sucks because I do like her voice. So
I think she's talented.
yeah.
Just kind of not my thing. But she's here. I honestly, what did you say, Grace? What did she say? What?
She's here.
So here's my theory. I think she's the one who goes home next week with Lucy. I think Nutsa makes it to 10.
You're nuts.
We'll see.
I think she's like one bad song choice away from like. But,
Like what, Grace? I missed that. What was that?
well, not like actual death, but like she's like one bad song choice away from just being a hot mess.
Adam, that would have been your cue to use the goat.
Oh, Grace didn't even see the goat. I was saving it.
What?
We'll talk about it.
Okay. Let's talk about Colin Stough, shall we?
I would, but we can't beat a dead horse. If nothing else, this is what I will remember Colin for.
This is what I'll remember this season of Iowa for. What are you talking about? Not just Colin. This whole season is going to be because of this.
Look. He has been.
When he goes home, can you put like an actual picture of a horse there?
Sure.
But look, I think he's found himself in this very, very lucky spot. He had a breakthrough performance with Dancing on My Own, and sometimes dumb luck wins the race.
I think
Dumb luck wins in many other ways as well, but this is not.
I was going with the horse pun. Never mind.
Whatever.
God damn it.
Pretty Heart was generic and boring. Dancing on My Own was a single-handedly catapulted him back to being a front runner on this competition, and from someone who was going to go between 7 and 10 to someone who actually could win. And I don't want that to happen, obviously, but I can't deny that it was a great performance because it was. It was his best of the season, easily, no question.
Yeah, what he did pretty hard. I was kind of starting to think, okay, Oliver's charting on iTunes, so like he and Warren at some point are going to have to cancel each other out. And then Dancing on My Own happened, and I was just like, okay. But like if Warren goes in more of a rock direction, maybe Oliver will cancel him out.
We don't have a rock guy this week or this year. Any?
Yeah, we do.
Zachariah.
Zachariah's a rock guy.
Zachariah is our rock guy.
I
You
know,
have very
that's
low
what
standards
we're
this
at.
year, Eric.
Oh, I'm not saying he's a good rock guy. I'm saying he's a rock guy.
He's. I'm not even going to go there.
Okay. Let's
To
talk about...
that I say nay. Nay, I say. The crowd goes silent.
Screaming goat now. Now's the time to do it.
Grace, I have this random screaming goat. Just.
Okay.
We should just save that, right?
On that note, let's talk about Wayani, shall we?
I think we broke Grace.
I was already broken before I got here. It has nothing to do with you.
Way, I will say this. There is no satisfying end to this season that doesn't have her either winning or top two. And that's all there is to say.
I'm not going to say top two. I'm going to say winning.
And again,
only person out of this entire top 12 who I would genuinely be happy to see win, and who I would count as, okay, Eric's person finally won again. After 6 freaking years of me not getting what I want on these shows. Skyfall was great, not her best. This Is Me was her best of the competition so far, in my opinion, and that's despite the song being so goddamn overdone. And as I said, now that Kyra's got it, there's only one way that competition can go, and that's way winning.
Look, I don't like any of these contestants. I don't have a horse in this race, but I think that, look, I don't even like Way that much, but I think she has to win. She is the only. This is like I don't really have any. It has to be Way or Iam, and that's it. Anything else is either predictable or bleh. So yeah, that's what I got.
Skyfall was a good song choice, good performance. This Is Me was a horrible song choice, but the back of my mind I'm thinking like, okay, this is one of those like total stage kids trying to grow up. And like I wasn't sure if she was thinking she needed a showstopper performance in case she was in danger, which we all knew she wasn't going to be. I hate the song. She did sing it well. I'm just waiting for Disney Night, which she picks like the worst song she could pick and then delivers it amazingly.
What would be the worst song she could pick?
There are so many.
Like Let It Go?
Oh God. That would be bad.
Just Grace's face.
Yeah, that would be bad. Anywho.
What if she actually does that now?
Anything Frozen would be horrible.
Yes.
I was thinking Into the Unknown after
Actually,
you said
that
it.
would be fine. That would be fine.
No.
That one could work.
Well, Into the Unknown, maybe, but like.
Let It Go wouldn't be good. Okay. Well, as it stands now, draft update. I don't have a slide for that, so let's go back to the reality hour slide.
I feel like we were being so negative this entire episode.
Yeah.
Like I have to ask you guys, why the long face?
God damn it.
Okay.
I've gone over.
The cheating thing is the only saying I have is the only saying that comes into my mind is you're beating a dead horse. But you are. And I really wish there was another.
All right, I'm done. I promise I'm done.
God, okay. Please be done. Anyway, draft update. I have 5, Adam has 3, Grace has 3, and our viewers have 1. So
it goes.
That's where we're at.
Yep.
Having said that, I think there's a very there's almost no chance that I win this draft. So which I hope is the case.
You've Colin, you've Horseboy. What more do you want?
I want a good.
Come on, Eric.
I want a good ending to this season, and I want Way to win. I don't care. I don't care about the draft. I care about. It's been 7 freaking years since someone I like has won this show. I'm overdue. So,
I mean, if Way won, that would be kind of continuing the trend of contestants from other seasons winning. Maddie, Nick,
Lane.
Well, I don't know.
From other shows.
There's
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, I think that wraps it up. Let's wrap us up for this week. Everyone go follow Kyra on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff. She has music out already, so listen to it. Yeah.
Our main character of the season just
poof.
cut. She's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I say to that?
On that note, you can find me on Mastodon there. You can find Adam on Twitter there. Grace, I can't point through the screen, but you can point. You can finish my finger, and you're there. And on that note, unless anyone has something else to say, we'll wrap it up and we'll see you all next week.
I'm all out of puns. I got nothing else.
Yeah, the puns have been the glue that have kept this episode together. Bye, everybody.
Bye.